What's going on, guys? Trev back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be another entry in my Versus series, my Who Will Win series. This one's going to be two of the most popular Marvel characters there are, Spider-Man and Wolverine. So in the top five most popular Marvel characters, I think if you were to rank them out in terms of exposure and that kind of stuff, you have to put, I think, Spider-Man probably number one, maybe number two, arguable. And Wolverine's got to be in the top five there somewhere. If he's not number three, he's got to be number four, something like that. I mean, it is crazy how much these characters are utilized, not only in comic books, but also in movies, cartoons, all this stuff. I mean, there's always a Spider-Man cartoon on. We're getting a new Spider-Man movie coming out at the beginning of this summer, 2012, with the Amazing Spider-Man, the reboot. We just had three that were done, in the last 15 years, which I thought were really well done. At least the first two were really well done. The third one was, had a lot of problems with it, but it could have been good if they'd have done things, if they'd have done it properly and cast the right people. In my opinion, it would have been a lot better, because I think the Sandman was decent in that. So yeah, so that's Spider-Man. We all know him. He's probably Marvel's most marketable and popular character just overall. I mean, the amount of teams he's in comic books now. He's in, like, the new version of the Fantastic Four. He's got his own comic book. He's got the Ultimate. He's got several of his own comic books, actually, not just one. And now he's even in the Avengers. I mean, the amount of teams the guy's in is just crazy in terms of comic books. People love the character. He's probably Marvel's number one character. Wolverine would probably be in between 2 and 5. Up in the top 5, you're going to have Spider-Man, Wolverine, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, and maybe the Hulk. Maybe would be, I don't know, somewhere in there. Anyway, somewhere in there you're going to have to put Wolverine. He's either number 3, 4. He's in. He's got his own X-Men faction now. He's part of the Avengers. He's got X-Force. I mean, he's been in crazy. His own comics, tons. His own movie, the 3 X-Men films. He was pretty much the star of. I mean, if you think about it, really he was. We really followed him down the path, and Cyclops wasn't really, portrayed in a good light in the movies. He was just kind of looked at as like this prick opposite Wolverine for them to kind of bicker between, about Jean and this kind of stuff. So Wolverine really was the star of the X-Men movies too, I think, anyway, in my opinion. So let's break down the comic book versions of the characters and who would win in a battle to the end. So if you guys haven't seen my others, I've already done a Goku versus Superman video. That was the first one, Superman versus Batman. Second one, and let's see, Batman versus Captain America. So I'm going to create a playlist. I guess it'll be over here, actually. So go ahead and check it out if you guys are interested in hearing any of the results for those ones and what I think about those ones. So let's get right into it. Let's break this one down. Spider-Man versus Wolverine. Break down their powers real quick, because you guys already know them. Obviously, Spider-Man, agility like crazy, spider webbing, wall crawling, spider sense. He's got his super strength, basically. Well, it's not like super strength like Superman, but he has strength proportional to that of a spider, which is 10 times his own body weight. So let's say he weighs about 150 pounds. He'd be able to lift 1,500 pounds at that weight, which is crazy. Which means that physiologically he can do things, and he can move in different ways. Flexibility too, wise, he can move in different ways that we can't. He can do things that we can't do. Like he could use a finger and probably, stand on it. Anything like that. He can do things that we just physiologically cannot possibly do as human beings. And similar to Wolverine, that he can't do. His fighting style is not that of, a traditional martial arts. It is his own complete style, because he has that, I don't know if you want to call it like sort of like a gymnastics approach to it. But sort of with his skill set, it's kind of like, that type of thing, where it's like sort of like gymnastics and capoeira and capoeira, yeah, all that kind of stuff mixed in together, and to create his own unique style. Yeah, so that's pretty much Spider-Man. In terms of his weaknesses, basically against Wolverine, are going to be endurance. And toughness, just toughness overall, ability to take damage. Spider-Man is able to heal faster and survive more than the average human could, but compared to Wolverine, there's no comparison. It's very limited. In terms of intelligence, he's obviously way smarter than Wolverine, but not really in terms of fighting and skills and martial arts, just in terms of actual intelligence and using the environment around him wherever he is. Let's say it's a city, he'll use certain things in the city to defeat certain opponents in particular situations. So that's Spider-Man. Wolverine, on the other hand, obviously the best there is at what he does. He's got his claws, he's got healing factor, he's got adamantium skeleton, which is basically impenetrable. He never gets tired because of his healing factor. His muscles never get worn down because of his healing factor. He, in one swipe, can end this fight at any point in time. Any point in time. If he lands on Spider-Man, which is going to be insanely hard for him to do, it's over. It's completely over. That's it. You know, one swipe of the adamantium, and that's it. It's completely done. In terms of damage and how much he can take from Spider-Man, he'll be able to take it, but it's going to suck for probably the first half an hour or so, or however long they're going at it, because what's going to happen is, if you break it down, Spider-Man with his evasion and agility is going to be, and Spider-Sense is going to be able to avoid everything Wolverine tries to do and just thwomp on him for probably a good portion of the time, until eventually Spider-Man starts to get tired. Which he will, because Wolverine won't. Wolverine will keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, and eventually he's going to land. You know, Spider-Man may use the environment, he may use his webbing. Another problem is he could run out of webbing. You know, things could happen in the environment. Wolverine can withstand it. I mean, you could drop a building on the guy, and 10 minutes later you'll see pieces of the building starting to come out, and then him pop out, this kind of stuff. So in terms of a battle to the finish, to the end, I think you have to go with Wolverine. Yeah, Spider-Man would whoop him for a while, but eventually Wolverine's going to land, and when he does, that's going to be it. It's going to be over, because Spider-Man basically would not be able to finish him no matter what, almost. Yes, he could use his intelligence and that kind of stuff, but you know, he's like a caged animal. You just can't keep him down, and eventually it's going to come down to it, and one swipe, and that would be it. So anyway, that's my breakdown of Spider-Man versus Wolverine. Trev says Wolverine would take it. Please, any other suggestions you have for versus matchups, the next one that you'd like to see, please write in the comments. I will write it down, and eventually I will get to it and add it to my playlist. Later, guys. Peace.